Hello everyone, I hope everyone is having a great day. We are finally getting a semi-nice day here in Boston. I wanted to go over the air conditioner that we've decided to install in our Ford 1992 Coachman E250. So in New England in the summer it can get pretty hot, and we have just gotten this van this year. We had it gutted out and installed new everything on the inside, including a new air conditioner. And we wanted to use it over the weekends to go over to Rhode Island to spend the weekend. We have an elderly cat that we would like to have in the van while we are doing our excursions, and we wanted to make sure that he is comfortable temperature wise. So today I'll just go briefly over the air conditioning that we chose and why we chose it, and pros and cons. So we decided to go with the Summit 2 OutEquip Pro. So it comes in white. The dimensions once it's mounted are 28.3 by 28.3 by 6.3 inches. The indoor panel or controller only sticks out about 0.59 inches, which is super low profile. One of the most important things about this air conditioner is also the weight. If you have installed an air conditioner in the past, you would know that getting that air conditioner up to the roof can be a challenge. The range of air conditioners out there that I saw while doing my research is anywhere from 70 to 80 pounds. This one is only 43 pounds, so it is very light, very easy to get up on the roof. And here is just a quick picture of the dimensions. If you guys are visual, it's just easier to see the dimensions of this air conditioner. So OutEquipPro makes this air conditioner in both 12 volt and 24 volts. We decided to get the 12 volt because this is the system that we have in our van. So the 12 volt comes in 10,000 BTU. The 24 volt comes in 11,000 BTU. If you have elected to go with the one with the heating element like we did, then they rate its BTU at 4,500. Both 24 volt and 12 volt air conditioners comes in with all of these modes: turbo, eco, sleep, and fan, and we can go over that later. The temperature range that you can set on the air conditioner is 61 to 86 Fahrenheit, which is sufficient for most people. We will go over the noise level once we test the air conditioner, but they rate it at anywhere from 40 to 53. It comes with a nice remote control and a 1-year warranty. This is perhaps one of the things that most people who are looking to use this off-grid will be interested in, which is the power usage. OutEquipPro rates the 12 volt air conditioner as drawing anywhere from 21 to 58 amps. We will definitely test that here very soon. Both versions have the soft start, and both come installed with a 100 amp versus 80 amp fuse for the 24 volt, and the 12 volt one comes with 12 feet of 6 gauge wire, very high quality copper wire, nicely sheathed, which is something you definitely need for an air conditioner unit. So let's go over the installation briefly. I will not go over the details of the installation, as we had this air conditioner installed by our friend in Maine who was gutting the van, and we thought it would be easier to have it mounted while all the essential components were exposed on the inside of the van. This being said, the steps to install this are very straightforward, with a couple of issues that people have ran into, and I will list them here and how to get around them. But essentially, this air conditioner will fit in your standard air conditioner opening in most RVs, which is 14 inch by 14 inch, but you can also fit it in 14 inch by 9. One of the issues that people have ran into when they are trying to install these air conditioners is that the original manufacturer recommendation was to drill an extra hole through your roof to pull through the power cable. This may not have been optimal for many people due to the extra hole in the roof. These air conditioners were originally made for truck cabs, but have been widely adapted and used in RVs. So in talking back and forth with the manufacturer, they have recommended an extra 2 options for running that cable through your roof without. So one of the options they recommended is to run the power cable. You can see here at the top picture. I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see the terminals, black and white, black and red. So you can see the terminals. Now they're gonna run it through the intake duct. So that sheeted wire is essentially your power cord. It's running through the intake duct, and you can see a better picture here. Now it's routed through the RV. We considered that option. However, we were worried that because we have a heating element, that if not done properly, we could potentially overheat the wire. This being said, OutEquipPro assure that this is not an issue if done properly. We elected to go here with the third option, where you loop the air conditioner power cord around, as you can see it here, and you route it through the gasket and then use it into the RV. If you are going to do this, make sure to put enough sealant so you don't have any leaks. We did that, and we have not had any leaks so far, despite having heavy rainfalls here in New England. So as you can see, a few options of how you can run that wire through your RV roof if you do not want to drill an extra hole through the RV roof. I've seen other videos of people who are installing this air conditioner as well as solar, where they drill one hole to route the solar wires and the air conditioner wire through the roof, which could be something to consider if you decide to go that route. So just panning out here, this is the van. You can see on the front, right around here, this is our Max Air fan, which surprisingly has a higher profile than I expected. And right here is the OutEquipPro in all its glory, just slightly under our solar panel. I gotta say, again, very impressive, the low profile. This only sticks out about 6.3 inches, which is unheard of in air conditioners. Only sticks out about 6.3 inches. So just taking a picture here from the side, or a video from the side, just to show you how this looks like again. Again, super low profile. Very impressed. Looks very nice. So here it is from the inside. We are going to take a closer look at it. So the first thing you notice is how low profile it is. It only sticks out, I would say, about a centimeter or a centimeter and a half. So definitely less than 1 inch. And if you're in a van build or a van conversion where headspace is of premium, this would be a very important consideration here, is the low profile of the OutEquipPro. So as we get closer, you'll see we have 4 black vents here. They are directional, so you can move them up and down. We have a remote control, but we also have the buttons. They are touch buttons directly on the air conditioner. So we got a power button, up and down buttons for the temperature, as well as the fan button here on the very left for the fan speed. We also have LED lights here, which can be turned on and off using the remote control. And it's interesting that these air conditioners used to ship in the past and required filling of refrigerant on arrival, but now they actually do ship with the R134A refrigerant, which is super convenient. So if you look here, I have a smart shunt installed in this van, a Victron smart shunt, as well as a Victron smart solar controller. I currently have the solar panels disconnected, and you will notice the 0 watts in the smart solar controller, the second one there. For the smart shunt, I only have very minimal draw. We're starting at 100% here, and I'm only drawing 0.74 amps. I believe that's probably from the inverter and the LED lights on the solar charger controller. So I'm gonna open that right up. Here's the smart shunt. So this will allow us to monitor the power that is being consumed. So now, as you can see, we're consuming about 10 watts, 0.74 amps. I'm gonna turn on the air conditioner. You can hear it in the background there. And I'm gonna put it in fan only mode. So now we are in fan only mode. I'm in the lowest fan level, so I'm at low. So we're drawing in very little power, about 15 watts, 1.14 amps here. Let's see if we can increase the fan more. So now we should be at about medium. So this is just a fan, no air conditioner. So we're up to 17 watts here, 1.27 amps. Let's kick it to high. So now we are starting to draw more power. Here is 30 watts, 2.5 amps. And now we'll take the other extreme, which is the turbo mode. So let's put it at the turbo mode. So now we are in turbo mode. So significantly more power being drawn, but remember, this is the coldest mode. We are drawing in 38 amps and about 500 watts. And the turbo mode will essentially continue until I turn it off. So as you can see, in turbo mode, we're pulling in about 40 amps, 530 watts. Still pretty, it's actually lower than what they said. They anticipated anywhere between 30 and 50 amps, so we're still within that range. So I'm going to actually turn my temperature now to about 70 degrees Fahrenheit and turn the fan to medium, and let's see what that does to the power. So already significantly much lower power. We're dropping down to 24 amps, 316 watts. So the nice thing about these air conditioners is that they have a inverter driven compressor, is I believe what they call it. So that means that the air conditioner will reach the temperature that is dialed in, and then will come in and will come on and off at variable fan speeds. Instead of coming in fully on and going fully off, it will just adjust accordingly to save power. So let's I'm gonna drop the fan to low. Let's see what that does to the power here. So we are going down to about 300 watts. Which is great. Let's try the echo mode. So echo mode is, wow. That is pretty low. I believe it's just adjusting. Maybe because we had the turbo mode on for a while. So that in theory should go to 79 Fahrenheit and stay there. I do think the 79 Fahrenheit at bedtime is a little bit too high, so I will dial it in a little bit colder. So I'm going to turn it down to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see. And I will put the fan to high. And let's see what that does to the power usage. We're drawing about 27, 29, 30, 32. Now, we don't usually go down to 65 when we're using the air conditioner, but I just wanted to see how would that look like in terms of power usage. And because it's a little bit breezier outside, I wanted to put the temperature to something a little bit lower. It's about 70 outside right now, so maybe we'll put it down to 68. Let's see what that does to the power. And we don't typically use a high fan, we use about medium, which is right around there. So we're sort of sitting in the 30 amp range there. Yeah, it was a little bit higher than medium, so I'm just going to bring it down back to medium. Here we go. So that's about medium fan power. And we're sitting at about 25 amps. 330 watts, which is amazing considering that other air conditioners will consume about 1200 watts. So that's only consuming about a fourth of what other air conditioners would consume. which is phenomenal. So it has been about half an hour now since we set it at 68 degrees. So you can see that the power usage has dropped slightly. We're sitting at about 285 to 83 watts, about 25.6 amps. I am very happy with this. It feels very comfortable in here, and I feel that we can even bump it up to 70 or 72 and still be very comfortable for us and the cat, and save a little bit more power if needed. So now let's talk noise. Unfortunately, I cannot use the noise app and talk at the same time. So in the next clip, you will see the first noise level, which is about where we sleep, and then you will see that the decibels are increasing, and at that level the phone will be right at the duct of the air conditioner. So as you can see, the noise was very manageable at 35 decibels where we would usually sleep, and it went up to about 45 when I held the phone right at the duct of the air conditioner. Very, very quiet compared to other air conditioners that I have heard. I'm curious to see how noisy it is when I kick it to the turbo mode. So I'll do that right now. Here we go. So now we're going to turbo. Coldest settings, highest fan. You'll see the power consumption going up. The next clip will be the noise level, where we sleep and at the air conditioner duct. You can see here that once we reach the target temperatures, the compressor switch is almost off and the power usage is almost negligible. I can still feel cold air blowing through the vents with that very low power usage. Again, very impressed. So I wanted to test the heating function on the air conditioner. So I set it to 86 Fahrenheit, which is pretty high. But as you can see, the power draw is also significantly higher than when using the air conditioner. 44.5 amps, 585 watts. I would probably use this for a couple of hours if needed, but I don't think it's something I would run overnight. You probably will draw less power if you adjusted the temperature to less than 86 Fahrenheit. There you have it. That was the review for the OutEquipPro 10,000 BTU air conditioner with the heat element. Based on our experiences with this air conditioner, I would highly recommend it for someone who is looking to do off-grid camping or even plugged in at a campground. The power consumption is significantly lower than other air conditioners out there. The price point is also extremely competitive, considering that units from Dometic, which are only 6,500 BTUs and consume more power, as well as produce more noise, based on my research, will cost over $2,300. Not to mention that the customer service from OutEquipPro has been above and beyond. Shout out to Michael for answering all my questions in less than 24 hours. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like for me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to read them and answer any questions. Thank you again, and happy camping.